So the vocabulary, every single person got the vocabulary right. That was great. Now let me get this thing set here so I can write on and start inking. Okay. Now the probabilities, almost everybody got those. The only problem with the probabilities was that some people got them confused with odds. Okay, so probability is successes, the ratio of successes to the sample space, to all the possible things that can happen. So there's 100 marbles. Stuck with 100, like I just moved the numbers around. So the denominator for all of these things is always going to be 100. Okay, so red, there's 27 red marbles. So the probability of red is the number of reds over the total number of marbles. Red or blue, it's going to be 27 plus 31 over 100, which is, what, 58 over 100, and that reduces to 29 over 50. I took pretty much any of these. Not white. For some reason, this is where the not means not white. There's 89 not whites over 100 marbles. Okay, that's it. Okay, 89 over 100. For some reason, people, the tendency was to show this as odds. So if you did these as odds, this would be 27 to what, 73, I think. Okay, and this would be 29 to what, 21, something like that. Okay, and this would be 89 to 11. That's if you did these as odds. Okay, odds. Odds are successes. Sorry. The ratio of success as to failures. Okay, but it's usually expressed with a colon like that. Okay? All right. So if you made any of those mistakes, make the corrections. You get 50% back on everything you correct. Fundamental counting principle. Everybody got this. I'm not going to. Everybody got that one right. Almost everybody got this one. There was only a few misconceptions about this. Okay, you got 3 letters and 4 numbers. Now, how in a single-digit space, how many numbers can go? Well, 0 through 9. That's 10 numbers. Think of digits. You got 10 digits, 0 through 9, and there's 26 letters. So it's 26 times 26 times 26 times 10 times 10 times 10 times 10. Now, some people made a little mistake with that or something. I give them half credit. Or it's 26 cubed times 10 to the 4th. Anyway, the total is 175,760,000. Okay, now we're doing odds. Remember, odds, the ratio of successes to failures. Now, there was a few mistakes in here, most of you guys. If you got these wrong, fix them, and then if you got this wrong, everything's worth a point. Every question is worth a point. So everything you fix, you're going to get half a point back or whatever. So the odds of a blue marble, well, there's 31 blue marbles, and there's 69. So there's 31 successes, 69 failures. Odds of a white or green. Okay, white or green is 19 plus 11 to 100 minus 19 plus 11, which is 30 to 70 or 3 to 7. Not getting a yellow marble. Okay, how many are not yellows are there? 88. So that's 88. So there's 88 successes, 12 failures. Okay, and that reduces to what? 22 to, but I took 88 to 12, 22 to 3. Okay, Babe Ruth's career home runs. Okay, let me, okay, you have the numbers. Let me stop this while I write the numbers down and proceed. Let me just stop for a second. All right, so I broke the numbers up into two groups of 11. For his career lasted 22 years. So let's do the 5-number summary first. So the two numbers in the middle, since there's 22 numbers, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Number 11 is 35, number 12 is 41. Those are the two numbers in the middle. So the median equals 35 plus 41 divided by 2, okay, which is 76 over 2, which is 38. And I'm rapidly using up all my available space here. All right, now, since it divides into two chunks of 11, it's pretty easy to pick out Q1. That'll be number 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 11 is in the middle, so Q1 equals 11. And then Q3, the third quartile, will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, number 47. So Q3 is 47. Min equals 0. Max equals 60. Okay, so I'm going to draw an x-axis here. 0, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60. And I'll label the 10. 0, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60. Okay, so here I got my x-axis. So here's the min right here, and Q1's right here. It's Q1 right around 11. Remember, it's going to be inexact. Q3, the median is 38, so we're right around here. Q3 is 47, so it's like around here, and then the max is 60. So Q1 to Q3 we connect with a rectangle. It's not pretty shaky there. Okay, well you got the 5-number summary, so there's no need to label the box. Okay, the IQ, anyway, all right. Now, I can still have enough room here for a stem and leaf plot. So here's the trunk, and I'll have a stem for 0, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60. Now, I wanted you to make both, but for some reason a lot of people only made one, which makes me think, I probably, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, maybe I should have explained that or whatever. Anyhow, so I decided anybody who made both, I gave them an extra point. So some people actually got 32 points on this. There's a total of 29 or 31 points total, but if you did got everything else right and you made a box plot and a stem and leaf plot, then I gave you an extra point. So if you got a 31 and you didn't get if you make the one that was missing or whatever, I'll give you a half a point or whatever. Okay, extra. All right. So 0, 2, 3, 4, 6. I gotta scroll this over a little bit here. 3, 4, 6, 11. Okay, 22. I gotta make sure I keep these numbers stacked up on top of each other. 22, 25, 29. Okay, 34, 35. Let me go back a little bit here. Oops. Grab this. Okay. 34, 35. That's it for the 30s. 41. 41. 46. 6. I'm going to run out of space. I got the 7. Yeah. I ran out. I have to move the whole thing over. So I'm going to start it over again. I'm going to move it over. Sorry about that. I can do that. I can erase everything. Which is a luxury that I have that you don't. Although I would have given you more paper if you needed whatever. Okay, let's try this way. Okay, 0, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60. 0. Okay, so these are the stems. Here's the trunk. Trunk is vertical. Okay, let's try it again. 0, 4, oops. Not reading the right set of numbers here. All right. 0, 2, 3, 4, 6, 11, 2, 22, 25, 29, 34, 35, 41, 41, 46, 46, 46, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, a little bit beyond. 47, 49, 54, 54, 59, and a 60. Okay. All right. That's the box plot, stem, and leaf plot. Okay. And the 5-number summary. Okay. Representations of relations. Okay. First, we're going to table, graph, and mapping. Okay. All right. Well, let's make the table. Now, with the table, we're just going to take all these ordered pairs and put them in the table. There's 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. -3, 2, 4, -3, -2, -1, 4, 3, and -2, -5. Now let's just graph them. -3, 1, 2, 3, and +2. Let's double check that. -3, +2. 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and -3. 1, 2, 3. Let's double check that. 1, 2, 3, 4, -3. -2 and -1. -2, -1, -2, -1. 4 and 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 3. So here we can see we don't have a function anymore. And then -2 and -5. -2, 1, 2, 3, 4. And this also disqualifies us from being a function. So here we failed the vertical line test here and here. Okay, so we have the table, the graph, and mapping. Now with mapping, we're going to try and list the domain members and the range members just once. It helps us to see things better. So here's the domain and here's the range. Domain, let's call it out range. Okay, so -3 goes to 2. Okay, 4 goes to -3. Okay, that's unique so far. -2 goes to -1. Now, 4 also goes to 3. So we want to show the 2 arrows coming from the 4. Now, some of you didn't do this, but I didn't really tax you on this because we didn't work on this by hour and hour and hour. So anyway, and then here's -2 going to -5. Okay? And you can see, this also shows you can see from the table, since 4 is in here twice with 2 different y values, and -2 is in twice with 2 different y values, not a function. And there's double arrows coming from the 4 and the -2, not a function, and we failed the vertical line test here, not a function. Okay, domain and range, you can take right from the mapping. Domain, you can use all kinds of notation for this. -3, 4, comma, -2, and then range. 2, now the range, all the range values are unique. 2, -3, -1, 3, comma, -5. All right. No, they're not. It's a function. Okay. Each domain value has only one y value, so yes. Here we got double arrows. No. Now we're going to go down the list. 5's in here twice with 2 different y's. No. Look for an x value that occurs more than once. Here's 6 twice with 2 different y's. No. There's a couple of graphs and they fail the vertical line test. Right here fails the vertical line test right there, so that's a no. And this fails the vertical line test all over the place, so that's a no. So just one yes and a bunch of no's. Okay, so make sure you fix that. If you have any questions about it, feel free to ask. Okay. Now, most of these people got fine, but I'm going to go through them in case you got them wrong. Get these fixed, get full credit for them. So, we're going to just plug, there's no equation, we're just plugging -4 into for x's and we're evaluating. So it's going to be 3 times -4 plus 2, which is -12 plus 2, which is -10. Okay, that's -10. There's no, you can't check it. There's no equation. I don't know why I put a check mark there. Okay, g of 8. Okay, so that's going to be, so we're going to put an 8 where x is. So 8 squared minus 8. So that's 64 minus 8, 56. Okay, f of x plus 1. Just put in x plus 1 wherever there's x in f. So we're going to have 3 times x plus 1 plus 2. 3x plus 3 plus 2. 3x plus 5. And then finally 3b. This is the only one where there's maybe somewhat more mistakes. X squared minus 8. So we're going to put in parentheses 3b squared plus 3b. So it's 9b squared plus 3b. And that's the final answer. You can't combine these two. Or that's, what was it? I'm sorry, it's minus 3b. Sorry about that. But anyway, you can't combine them because they're not like terms. So you don't end up with 6b squared or something like that. This is it right here. That's the final answer. So that's the test. Make the corrections, turn them in right away. Today being Tuesday, and get your grade fixed.